Hello guys, this is Utsav. Today we will see another Informatica scenario where we'll load an unstructured flat file to a target table. So this is a scenario which we faced in our project, and actually we had multiple files like that, so we created a maplet for it. But for this example, we will assume there's only one file, so we'll create a mapping to load this kind of data. Now if you see this file, you'll see that there is a keyword start of data and end of data, and between this we have an actual data. So for this example, I have taken data from an sample employee file. There are only four rows as of now, and the catch here is that we don't know when this string start of data would come. So whenever you have a start of data, after that you have to start reading the data, and whenever you read this string end of data, you have to stop reading it, and we don't know at which line this start of data would come. So we cannot use a rank kind of a sequence generator to start reading or end reading. So then to do this, we have to read all the rows, and then we have to look for this string, and as soon as we get this string, we have to set a flag value to true, and that flag value will be true until we reach end of data, and then later we can filter the records where this flag value is false, so we'll get only this data in output. So let's see how we can do it in Informatica mapping. Before that, if you see this file, it's a comma separated file, and if you see these uh, first, second and other rows, then you will see if it's a comma separated file, then this all is the first column. It's the first attribute in that file. So when we create a source, we will create a comma separated source, but this column will always, the first column will always hold this data. And that's what we have to build our logic on. So let's create a mapping for it. So first we'll create a source. We can import it as well, but let's create it manually. So we will create employee flat employee info dot. Okay, let's keep it like this. Okay, we will create. For now, we will not put any specific column name because as of now the file is unstructured. So we will use a value like call, and let's rename it the precision to 200. We will copy this and paste. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns, right? So we'll cut this. So we have column 1 to 5. Later we will translate this column value to actual column data. So this is our source, and we can specify a delimiter. By default, it will always be comma. We have to initial rows to skip is 0. All good here. We'll proceed. Okay, so this is our source. Now I already have a target in database. So this is your target table. If you see here, these rows are loaded already. So I will truncate this. Okay, it's truncated. Now let's import this. So we have created this target. Now let's create a mapping for it. Now let's take our source. Okay. and we'll put target as well. Okay, so now if we read that source file, the column one would hold all these values, not important, one, two, three, and all those values. Also start of data. So we have to look for this keyword start of data. And what we want to do is we can have a flag value. And for this row, it will be 0, 0, 0. As soon as you get start of data, from next row onwards, it should be 1, 1, 1, 1. And again, it should become 0. And later we can use the filter transformation to filter only data where we have this flag value as 1. So how can we do that is we can have a expression transformation. Let's connect all the columns and we can have a variable port here. So we will call it v flag. Let's keep it string. It's a variable port. And we can say if column 1 is start of data. As soon as we find this occurrence, we will send this flag value as 1. If this condition is not true, that means it's any other row, then we will see whether the value is end of data. So we will again say if call1 equals to end of data, then what we want to do, then we have to say then it is 0. Else we will return the same column, which is call1. Sorry, this variable value, v flag. Okay, we will close this brace here and we'll close the second brace here. Let's see if our expression is valid. Okay, there's some issue, so let's figure it out. Okay, there's one brace missing for this. Okay, so okay, there's one more missing. Okay, one, two, three braces started. This is this if condition. So this is a brace for that. Okay, I see the problem. Problem is with this data type. So we have mentioned this flag as string, but here we are saying that make it 1 or 0 in terms of integer. So expression passed successfully. So again, I will explain this to you. So we will start reading this row. Okay. So for first row, column 1 is not equals to start of data. So it will come to the second condition. Second is if column 1 is end of data, this is also false. So it will come to this part, else part. And the value will be v flag. So because v flag is not set, it will be null. For second row again, it will be null. So until you reach start of data, this value will be null. As soon as you reach start of data, this flag value will become 1. And until you reach end of data, it will still be 1. Okay, we'll see. I see one more issue, right? If you see, even for this column, start of data, it will be 1. So if we are using a flag to filter, it will read the start of data as well. So we can have a filter transformation, and there we can say if flag is 1, but column 1 is not start of data, then only you should pass this data. Otherwise, even the seventh row will go in output. We will handle that in a filter transformation. So let's create an output port for this. So output port would be flag. Let's keep it output, and it is equals to v flag. Now I'll use the filter transformation. In filter transformation, we are filter unwanted rows. Okay. So what is the condition for filter? So we need all the everywhere where this flag value is 1. But even for 7th row where it says start of data, it will be 1. So we will say and call1 is not equals to start of data. Let's validate it. Okay, it should be teacher. By mistake, I defined it as string. So, but let it be. Won't matter much. Apply. Okay. And then we will connect this to our target. So we have this target table. I've kept the resolution bit low. I mean, the screen size bit high because I want people who are watching on mobile also to understand this. Otherwise, it's very difficult to watch tutorials on mobile. So we will connect all this data to our target. So here, if you see, all this is string, and here we have numbers. So Informatica will do uh, an explicit conversion to convert this. So it should be fine. Otherwise, we can have an expression transformation, again change the data types, like to char or to num. So for now, it is okay. So we'll save this. Okay, our mapping is valid. We'll create a workflow for this. So if you can see, this is already created. Load unstructured flat file. Just we'll verify the file name. So connection, so target is HR. Fine. Source file is employee info dot txt. And in target, we need to truncate data before loading. So we'll select this truncate option and let's keep it normal. Apply. Okay. Now let's run this. So we see out of 14, 4 rows are applied to target. We will verify this. Yes, data is loaded to the target. So this is how we can load an unstructured file. So I will repeat this process again. We need to set a flag and we will enable that flag value whenever you want to read the data. So for all these rows, the flag value will be 1. So we can read this first column, and whenever we get the string start of data, we will enable that flag. When we get end of data, we can disable that flag. So that's what this process is doing. So hope you guys learned something in this video. And if you have any further questions, please do comment and let me know. I will create a separate tutorial for that. And if you have any specific scenario related to your project where you are facing difficulties, you can explain that in comments and I will try to have a video for that as well. Thanks for watching. Have a good day ahead.